Hello, everybody. Cash here. I've been procrastinating a video last while or so. Here in 21 days, it'll be a year since I started on this spiritual journey. And usually, you guys see me post about my beatboxing and my rap, freestyle rapping, and just random stuff that I do, like my random arts. And then every now and again, you might see some of my motivational videos or videos talking about my life and things I've been through. And even this account that I made, all it is me documenting my journey through my arts and daily expressions and my thoughts to help others upon their journey throughout life and maybe even inspire them. And in some cases, even if people are laughing at my stuff, I still win because for me, it's getting a smile on your faces, getting you to be a little bit more distracted from the daily grind, hustle, and just lower vibrational energy that the days collect. And at the beginning of this journey just last year, I would have never imagined I was as capable as I am, let alone as resilient, and that all it took for me to explore some of my arts was confidence. And I used to downplay that a lot, being too humble. I used to think that wasn't even a thing until I realized being too humble can sometimes make people think you're a doorstep. And they'll do nice things for you, but for ulterior motives. And I had to learn throughout my own journey in this life, let alone throughout this journey I've been on this last year, it's good to help out, but do not completely deplete yourself. You can't give anything if you're running dry physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially. But even then, if you get that feeling like, okay, I should help this person out, help them out. Like, if you have the opportunity to bless somebody, man, there is no bigger miracle in this world than that. Because you don't know how far that blessing's going to go from that person passed down to the next person, passed down to the next person. And I've experienced quite a lot of that on this journey being blessed by people. And I am so humbled and grateful for it and thankful. I mean, earlier on in my journey, I was given my first what I call talisman, but protection charm, which is a Christian cross that says protect me on it. I don't know if you've seen that. I got it from a couple just outside of Glide in Oregon at the beginning of my journey. I think it was still the latter end of April, early part of May that I was down there. And there was a couple that I was talking to, and they were talking about how their son recently passed away. And I was explaining to them about my own story with how when I was 14, my brother committed suicide, and the strength and resilience that it took for my mom, because she was only 5 years sober from alcohol and drugs, and she stayed sober all the way up until her death day. She celebrated with 13 years, or graduated with 13 years technically in the program when she passed away. And I was talking about her resilience and some of the things I had to learn to cope through. And it took me a while to even get through that because all the deaths, it just kind of left me numb for a while. So I didn't even deal with a lot of my shit until my mid 20s after my mom passed. That's when it all just kind of clambered down on me, like all the different deaths, the hiding away my own potential, shrinking myself, soaking myself in generational cycles and conditionings, and completely ignoring my spiritual path. And part of my spiritual path, as I'm starting to realize, is to utilize my art of living to help bring that life back into other people through their art of observation. Because before this, I was living in my friend's laundry room closet, drinking myself away, letting my legs and body go into atrophy because of my neuropathy in my foot that initially injured me years before, but I kept pushing and pushing and pushing and just put myself in such a freaking state that not only was I physically freaking wounded, but I was psychologically fucked up from everything else I was trying to deal with and emotionally unstable to the point where I would close myself off in that little closet in the freaking trailer park and just watch Netflix all day and drink 2, 3 of those 3 packs of Hurricanes and just kind of well dwell in my well of woe that I was living in. I was cane bound. I could barely walk at the beginning of my journey. Just in February of last year, my legs were so atrophied, it was like gelatin when I would poke my calf. And now that I'm even able to walk like I do, let alone without a cane, I feel blessed and highly favored and highly grateful for the opportunity to be able to grow and to be able to get myself back into shape physically and have the hermit time that I have had throughout this journey to work on myself cerebrally as well as spiritually and getting more in tune with the universe whilst doing so, and learning how to express my arts without feeling ashamed or like it's not enough for this or that, the insecurity game that plays in everybody's brain. And part of this journey was me having to relearn that about myself. I'm literally relearning everything, left my whole old life behind. I have two younger sisters that live up in Portland, and I even left them, my nephews, behind because they got their own lives that they're living and creating. And I'm the older brother. I didn't have anything. I was so injured I couldn't freaking work. I was down on myself because I didn't have kids before my mom died. So that was a psychological stigma on me. I felt inferior because I didn't have a mate because I'm so picky sometimes that it's a little ridiculous. And I was just going through all this shit inside of my head. And I just realized one day, it's like, dude, I'm always going to be in pain. Like physically because of the neuropathy. Am I going to let it stop me from living this life? Or am I going to go out and create my own life? Because I didn't have anything really to create a life with that I actually loved and enjoyed to do. Because I ain't out here trying to get just a job or something like that. I'm trying to create a career and a life. And not just, it's like, not for me, but yes, it is for me, but I want to be able to be so stable that I can actually help others become stable themselves. And if it's just me freaking out here saying my story, hopefully inspiring others to pursue their life goals and dreams and to become a more healthy, vibrant, authentic version of themselves, that is pinnacle to the goal of what I seek. I want to help others through doing what I do, whether it be my dancing, my speeches, my little skits that I do. I want to be able to help inspire other people that are out here trying to create their own life, to show them that it doesn't matter where you come from, what situations that you're living in right now, or what emotional or psychological baggage that you are holding. You can create and learn anything that you so choose consciously. But it takes a lot of strength in looking inwards and figuring out who are you and what is it that you are here for. You got to create your own freaking reason, your own reason for this existence. And we all want to help people, but there's a lot of people they don't know how to because they've been so conditioned in one way or another that they're ignorant to another person's plight. Even though they try to help, they can only understand from what they're willing to understand. And some people, they're too caught up in the rat race of daily living that they don't try to connect with one another on that level because they've been conditioned to think of ways in such a way. Sorry about my run on sentencing, but I just really want to say that no matter who you are or where you come from, find your median, find your balance, find your art, and express it to its fullest. Because if we don't, is it really even worth having the breath in our lungs if we're not even willing to pursue something that we love instead of repeating generational cycles that have only proven to be failed attempts at the same progression that we all claim to want? I'd like to see a day where we all work together. Don't look at each other by our physical exterior or our situations or anything like that. We just see another life form and be like, hey, man, I got you, bro. And lift each other up instead of tearing each other down based off of status, notoriety, or freaking physical appearance and visage. Sit down and get to know each other, to grow with one another, to learn from each other, not constantly combat one another over fickle little things that in a century are going to be meaningless. All I'm saying is it's been a year and I am highly grateful for the Most High's gifts and lessons of teaching me strength, resiliency, spiritual knowledge, as well as emotional control in situations that I would have lost it years ago. And I'm incredibly grateful that even if it's just a few people, I know I'm inspiring and helping somebody out. And that means everything in this universe to me. Because all I truly want to do is be a benefit of all, even if that's just me living this life to the best of my abilities and alchemizing all the darkness that's ever happened and encompassed me in my life into the pure light that we all have residing inside of us. Well, till the next time, y'all have a wonderful day. Sorry for such a long video. I just kind of had to flow with it. Been feeling it from the universe, and I pray that this helps you upon your journey, and may you find what you seek. But may it be also what you truly need. Till next time, peace with you. Love y'all.